Hello everyone, my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my channel, Let's Talk with LaPrecious. So today I will be talking to you all about why I think I want to follow the idea of letting love find me instead of me seeking it out and hunting it. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I've noticed a pattern within my dating life. Like, for example, I've had boyfriends since I was 12 years old. And based off of, me seeking them out, it's worked and it didn't work. It's like when I saw it, what was that noise? Anyways, when I sought them out, I would either be accepted and I would have to take care of them, or I would have to train them or raise them, or constantly get on them and tell them how to treat me, or they just flat out rejected me. And from that example alone, I've learned that whatever you approach, that's what you take care of in a relationship. I've seen it with myself, I've seen it with family members, and I've even seen it with other people. Whenever you're romantically seeking someone out, if you get accepted by them, and as you give them your requests, to be in a relationship with them, that's who you're going to take care of. What I mean by taking care of them, you're going to cater to their needs, cater to their wants, cater to their desires, teach them how to do this, teach them how to do that, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And based off of a previous experience, the man that I did approach, I had to take care of him. I had to teach him how to do this, teach him how to do that, teach him how to do this, teach him how to do that. And personally, I don't think it's my job to take care of a man. And I know there's been plenty of debates about this lately, especially with the whole Pastor Gray situation about how he said that his wife was like his coat that took care of him and covered him. And then you have other women who will put their boyfriends and husbands through school, will put them through jobs, will buy cars for them and everything. And then once the dude get everything that he needs from the woman, the relationship fizzles out or they just grow apart. And he goes off and finds somebody else, and everything that the last woman pretty much built up in him, he took it and went on with somebody else. And to be honest with you guys, I don't believe that it's a woman's job nor a woman's role to raise a man or build up a man. I just don't see it. And I feel like the only time that we should be training men or raising men is if there are children, grandchildren, or a child that's been entrusted to us that we have to raise. I feel like that's the only time a woman should build up a boy into a man. And I feel like relationship wise, we as women, we shouldn't have to do that, because what sense does it make to tell a grown man how to get a job when he should already know how to do that? What sense does it make to tell a man to get up, put his clothes on, wash up, put cologne on, wash his hair, keep his skin clean and moisturized, or you know, what sense does it make to tell a man how to stand up straight, how to talk to people, how to present himself to people? That just sounds like something that their mother should have did when they birthed them into this world, and as they were raising them, and as they were coming up into manhood. So I just feel like this attitude now that a lot of people have about women and how we should see our men and view our men is distorted, because personally, as a Christian, God didn't ordain women to take care of men like that. You even see it in Adam and Eve. Adam came first, which is why men are the head of the household, and the reason why that men should seek after a woman to make her his wife, because he made men first. And we have this attitude about ladies first and women first, but in actuality, God made men to be first, and God made man to be first. So, that's one thing that we need to understand, is that the man in a relationship is supposed to come first, and he's the one that's supposed to lead that relationship. And number two, God didn't entrust women to raise a man and to teach him how to go out and get a job and teach him how to take care of himself or anything like that unless we're his mother, grandmother, or a woman that he's been entrusted to take care of him as a child up until adulthood. So I realized that if I want to stop doing that and I want to stop having those experiences and I want to stop always having to think, I'm tired of raising this man. I'm tired of, you know, going through this with this man. And it can be really draining because women don't understand that you're sitting here taking care of a child pretty much that's supposed to be your boyfriend or your husband. You don't even feel like you're in a relationship. You pretty much feel like you're raising a son or somebody else's son or your grandson. And you're like, well, after I get done teaching him how to eat, teaching him how to clean, teaching him how to, go to bed at night and how to, get a job and take care of yourself. Now I'm gonna have to go out and live my life and take care of me, but I'm gonna have to find somebody else to be in a relationship. And see, men don't understand sometimes how things like that cause women to cheat. Because a lot of people still like to think that men cheat, but women cheat too. And one of our reasons is because due to us having to give everything that we have within us into a man, it drains us, it depletes us of a relationship. And while we're building them up, we need somebody to comfort us and to, take care of us and love us. And so that's why I just don't think that it's a good idea for me to approach men anymore because it's worked for me and it hasn't worked for me. But when it did, I just didn't like the end results of it. Now, when it comes to a man approaching me, I do prefer that, but I understand that when you are approached by a man, you have to be ready. And the reason why I say you have to be ready is because I was previously in a relationship and this man did approach me and he started liking me as soon as we started talking. The relationship just went very, very fast. Like, I've never been in a relationship that started out that fast before where it was just, boom, I got to talk to you. Boom, here's my number. Boom, let's talk on the phone. I really, really like you. Let's be together and everything. We're together. And, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a lot for me. But as I was talking to this man, we had met and whatnot and started talking, and then we talked on the phone, and then we kept talking, and we realized how much we had in common, and so we decided to get in a relationship. And, in the beginning, it was cool and whatnot, but I had just been going through some stuff emotionally and mentally where the thought of being in a committed relationship just kind of freaked me out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know who to be and blah, blah, blah. And so I cut the relationship off. And, the man was real understanding and whatnot of what I had did, but then I had to backtrack and say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have did that because, sometimes we get cold feet or we get really, really scared or we become fearful or what the future might hold for us. So what we do, we quit, we panic, we run, we have that fight or flight feeling. And most of the time, if the fear is bad enough, we fly from the situation. And that's what I did. And to be honest, I actually hate that I did that because I tried to come back to the man and he told me no. He said, I don't play any games. This is not what I wanted. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm noticing nowadays a lot of people are really not fans of giving people second chances. They don't like the idea of people leaving them, number one. And number two, they just don't like the idea of letting someone come back knowing that this person may not even stay as long as they stayed before, or may not even stay at all once they come back. And and this was something that I thought that, he might have been dealing with and whatever. And then another thing I've noticed is that people can really harbor some stuff against you when you leave them, and then when you try to come back, it's like they'll put down this wall or put down this gate or just put down this change so that you can't get back into the relationship, and then they start guilting you because this man that I was with, we had talked about a lot of things and I brought up the topic of sex. And so I was like, so we talked about protection and things like that. And he pretty much thought it was stupid and dumb. And here's my thing is that I have read and heard a lot of stories of many women getting married to men that they thought was the one for them and that they thought did right by them. And they ended up dying from AIDS. And there have even been men that have married women and they thought they were with the love of their lives and they ended up dying from AIDS. And that's simply because they did not know who they were with. I know we live in a very sexually liberal world and in a society where sex goes first and love comes second. I'm just not down with that because I have too much to live for and too many goals to accomplish and too many people to meet and see and develop relationships with and too many places to go to end up dying over a disease that could have been prevented if I would have just kept my legs closed a little longer and waited. Because we have to think about stuff like this because so many people they just think of life as so fleeting and they think that it's okay and they think that it's all right. And I know that everybody doesn't believe in God like I do, but whether people believe in here or not, the Bible is still gonna ring true because when we all die, we all gonna have to stand before God and get judged. And we'll either go to heaven if that's what He wants for us, or we'll go to hell if that's what He wants for us. Now, heaven is where I want to go, but you have to be obedient to His word down here on earth before you can go. And if not, then your destination is hell. And the reason why I know this is because the Bible says so. So and he brought that up and threw that up in my face and whatnot. And I'm not saying that he was right in what he did, but the only thing I can say from that experience is that I prefer having a man approach me instead of me approaching him because I do like the way that the conversation flows, the relationship flows, things are working out, are panning out. There's this attention for me and their attention on me and I understand now that when you ask for too much too early or do too much too early, it causes friction and what. And I'm not saying that I cause conflict by talking about sex and protection and whatnot, but what I'm saying is that I think what I should have did is that I should have learned this man a little longer and filled him out a little longer and to know him a little longer in order for me to see if I wanted to be in a relationship with him or not. And the thing that he did was that he really insulted me by calling me a little girl because my mind had changed and whatnot. And I just get really tired of people thinking that when you change your mind or when you don't feel right about something, it makes you a little girl because I've dealt with depression and anxiety on and off for the past, I want to say 8, 9 years. And it's been really tough and it's been hard. And people don't know that when you deal with so much on a consistent basis, sometimes it can do a tizzy on you. And when you get close to people and get into it with people, when I say into it, people not in a bad way, but you start developing relationships with people, it can be hard. And sometimes things can trigger, past experiences or past, feelings. And it can make you make decisions that may not be the right ones that you think are the right ones at the time being. And I gotta say that that's what happened in this situation. So from now on, I think what I want to do is wait and be approached by a man because I like the experience, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm prepared for my husband when he does come to find me and to seek me out because my goals are different than some women's. I want to get married and I want to have 5 children and I want to have a family of my own. And yes, I do want to get married before I have children and I want to get married before I have sex again because I've been there and done that with premarital sex. I don't like the way that it makes you feel, especially when you like your experience that you've had with that person and they don't want to come back to you, they don't want to call you back or text you back, and then they just leave you on red and seen and blocked, and then a couple months down the road here they come calling you again. I don't like that, and so that's why I decided to not even go about things like that anymore. And then the second thing is that I don't want to have kids outside of being married. I'm a product of a single parent home, and it's not always easy growing up in a single parent home because you have to grow up faster than others. You have to learn things at a faster rate than others do. You miss things on life because you didn't have both parents there teaching you everything you needed to know about life. So it's difficult, and I don't want my kids to be advantaged in certain elements of their lives like I was due to them not having two stable parents that, could teach them how to read, write, count, how to carry themselves, how to love themselves, and to pretty much how to be productive citizens and good people. So that's all I wanted to discuss with you all today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section. I hope you all have a good night. Bye.